Hey guys, it's your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you an unboxing and review of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts Android 20. But before we begin, I just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nation store exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challengers. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and you might even be the one taking this one home. But anyways, this one looks really cool. Straight out of the anime, in my opinion. You know, it just looks amazing. This one was released in January of 2024 for $70. And usually I go through some history of the figure, but this one, it's literally the only one we've ever gotten, and probably the only one we're ever gonna get, if I'm being honest. I was lucky enough to be able to pick this one up for $60 on OfferUp. So as I tell my subscribers, always check up OfferUp, check up, eBay auctions. That's where you pretty much get the best deals. But if you want to just outright buy it, this one resells for like around $80. I'd say it's a good price for it, But honestly, the funny thing is that the timing was perfect, because as of recording this video, if you go on Amazon, this one is currently going for $70. It's like on sale for whatever reason. So if you don't have this one, I'll leave a link in the description so you could get yours. But anyways, let's take a look at the box here. So we have Android 20 or Dr. Gero, whatever you want to call them, here on the box. We have a small Tamashii Nations quality sticker. And then we have the Silver Toy animation sticker, meaning it's an American release. If you have a golden sticker, it means it's an Asian figure. But of course, we have the series it's from, so Dragon Ball Z. On the side here, we have, his buttons there from like the Red Ribbon Army. We have his hat as well, showing his mustache, and then a random picture of his hand, of course. And then in the back here, we just have them post up in a bunch of different ways. You could just copy these if you want to. We have the name here. And we have him displaying his brain to us up here, and down here he's screaming at us. So yeah, anyways, let's get this guy out of the box. So here we have the figure in the clamshell. I know a lot of people are interested in seeing this. The clamshell is actually pretty filled up, which is always a plus. So we're back here with the figure, but before we get started, make sure to check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com, where you will find a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts line. The website is constantly being updated with all the newest information, so make sure to check that out. And this guy just looks great, like I mentioned before, straight out of the anime, in my opinion. Here's how he looks. Let's take a look at the details and everything. The paint, there's a bit of shading on the clothing here, which is pretty good. Everywhere else is just a standard color, like brown for the pants. And then the shoes. So yeah, I like the little touches, the little shading here. Here's the hair in the back. Let's just take a look at the face here. Pretty accurate from what I can see. This is the guy that would build all the androids for the Red Ribbon Army, and he eventually became one too. But yeah, as far as accessories go, this is the face that it comes with. So it's just like a stern looking at you face. And then we have this one, which is kind of like a I'm in trouble face, is best I could describe it. He has his mouth a little open there. You can see some teeth. And then we have this one, which is like an annoyed looking off to the side, which is basically to recreate, if I'm not wrong, the first scene where they came out and they're just in the city looking off to the side. And then we have this face, which is the, oh man, I'm getting destroyed. Or it could also function as like throwing a key blast or something, He's just screaming. A lot of detail in the mouth there. Yeah, pretty nice. I like the little earrings on the side. And then it comes with an additional face, but this one's for a different figure. So if you happen to have Son Goku Super Saiyan Full Power, this is an additional face for this one, which is like when the heart virus is starting to get to him, so he starts like sweating, and eventually he loses a fight, as we all know, but that's pretty good. It's a nice addition to your figure there. As far as hands, he comes with the 2 closed fists as usual, and then he has this pair, which is like an open hand, and the nice little detail of the energy absorbing dot there. So that one's kind of like a key blast hand, like a reaching out. And then he comes with this pair of hands, which is more of a grabbing, you know, I'm gonna grab something. And lastly, comes with this pair of like karate chop hands, again, with the little detail of the red, I don't know what you call it, button, something. But yeah, those are nice. And actually it does come with one more hand, but this one's not a pair. This one is just by itself. It's for the left hand. And basically what you want to do with this one is you take another one of the accessories, which is like an explosion button. And this one is just specifically made to hold it. So you don't even have to like push it in. It's just built to hold. And then it comes with this little attachment for like the hand, which you could take off, and then it's just supposed to portray like his hand being ripped off, which is pretty cool. And the last thing it comes with, which Android 19 also came with, is like the cybernetic brain. So you could take off this hat here and then attach this. In case you're wondering how to change the parts, maybe this is your first S.H.Figuarts. You know, if Android 20 is your first S.H.Figuarts, that's a very unique choice. But I'm gonna show you how to change the parts. So for the hand, basically you want to hold the forearm here, and then with your other hand, just pull out the hand. There should be a ball peg here. You take whatever hand you want, and then there you go. That's pretty much it for that. And then for this one specifically, you could remove the helmet here. This is the way that you would change the face. You just, like I said, remove the helmet, and then you could remove the face. And then you change it to whatever face you want. In this case, I want the screaming one, so I just attach it. There you go. Just make sure it goes in smoothly. And then if you want to add the cybernetic brain, you just put it in there. Should be pretty easy. There you go. That's all there is to it. And then this one, you're actually able to just pop out the brain. I know Android 19 came with like a little plastic rod, because that one is way harder to take off since it's just like a smooth surface on his head. But this one should just be able to pop up. Anyways, we're gonna move over to the review part of the video. So as always, we're gonna start with articulation. So we will begin at the bottom here at the foot. The foot's able to rotate 360. It's able to bend down and up. Also side to side, a very smooth ankle rocker here. Pretty nice. And then the toe is able to bend up this much and actually able to bend down slightly. And then we're gonna move over to the knee. The knee is able to bend, not a whole bunch, just till here because of his really baggy pants that he has. That's pretty much all he can do there. And then as far as the leg, it's able to kick up pretty high. And conversely, he's able to kick back really high. And then the leg is actually able to rotate 360 if you wanted it. You know, but you're kind of forcing it, so I don't suggest it. And then the leg moves over to the side this much, and that's pretty much it for that. And then we move over to the waist. He's able to move 360 in the waist without popping out, which is kind of rare. If you watch my reviews, almost they all end up popping out. But we move over to the ab crunch, and he actually has a pretty nice ab crunch, you know. There's some figures that you can't even do this, which is kind of crazy to me, you know, so that's pretty nice. And he's able to just rotate and bend side to side. Pretty nice. And then we move over to the shoulder. So the shoulder is going to be constricted, but it does move 360. It's only able to go up this high. You know, you have to kind of like move it apart. You could do this much, but it kind of looks ugly here. So I wouldn't recommend that all that much. And then this one does not rotate at the bicep just because it's all one piece here. However, the elbow is able to bend pretty good. The only reason it stops there is because of the clothing here. And then the wrist is able to rotate 360. And as always, you're able to move the fist back and forth. And then we move over to the head. The head, in theory, should be able to move 360, but, you know, this big piece of hair is not going to allow him to. So I don't know if I could fault him for that. You know, the figure requires the hair, but it does have the ability to move 360, and he's able to look down. His chin is basically touching his shirt there, but he's not able to look up because, of course, his hair is like already touching his back, so he could only look straight. And then you actually do have some articulation in the hair. You can basically move it however you want, and it actually stays. You can move it to the side, to the other side. It's pretty cool, you know. So basically, overall, it does have some faults, you know, like the shoulder specifically, and then like not being able to move the bicep, and then of course you're constrained with the hair, but the hair is able to be moved, so that kind of makes up for it. But to me, overall, I'd give it a 3 in articulation. Next up, we're gonna move over to accuracy, and I'm gonna pop up this picture right here, and I've already mentioned it many times throughout the video. This guy looks like he's straight out of the anime, so for me, it's gonna be an easy 5. He's accurate in every way I could see, unless I'm missing something. Next up, we're gonna move over to price to plastic ratio, and just a reminder, this figure was $70 retail, which is what I count for my price to plastic. I did pay $60, which makes it better, but you know, that's not retail. So he does come with a total of 4 exchangeable faceplates, an additional faceplate for Goku, a total of 9 hands, the destruction button, I guess you could count the hat as well as the brain as interchangeable, and then the extra arm piece. It does come with a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it's a great deal for $70, you know. I think the $60 that I pay would be a pretty good deal, you know. So for me, I'm gonna give it a 4. Next up, we have Scale, and I've brought out, of course, his partner, Android 19. And basically, in order to recreate like that iconic scene, you know, he basically just has to be taller than him. I believe he has to be like this is something, which to me looks perfect. So I'm gonna give it a 5. Lastly, we move over to shelf presence. So shelf presence, like I always say, is the most biased out of all these categories, because what I like on my shelf may not be something you like on your shelf, and vice versa. And to me, honestly, this guy, he's just okay, you know. I don't have any like sentimental value towards the character, you know. In terms of how he looks like an old man. What else can I say? You know, the clothing is kind of funny to me. It's all baggy but like really tight in the middle. The colors are also really interesting, orange and yellow with brown. So to me, it's kind of just down the middle. I'm gonna give it a 3. So overall, Dr. Gero Android 20 gets a cumulative score of 4 out of 5. It's basically a B figure. You know, it does everything you need to. It gives us the chance to add this character to our collection. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that the figure is like really special or whatever, or that it's one of my favorites, but it does the character justice. I'm glad we could add it to our collection and further complete our Android saga. Dioramas, I'm glad I have Android 19 to pair him up with. That makes it look better. But overall, it's a 4. If you disagree with my rating, you can go into DBZSHFIGS.com, go to the page of Android 20, and you can enter your scores for each of the categories. You know, that way we get a cumulative score from the entire community. But anyways, like I mentioned, currently selling for $70. It's on sale. If you don't have this figure and you want to add it to your collection, I'll leave a link in the description. You know, and while you're at it, you could check out the Amazon deals tab on DBZSHFIGS.com, where you will find all the fairly priced to great price for Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts currently on Amazon. So, you know, I hope you really enjoyed the video. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a nice, great rest of your day.